everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm here with a bit of a different video today because we're gonna sit down and I'm gonna have a cozy chat Q&A video, and I'm also gonna do a craft at the same time as well because I thought that was appropriate. You know, I'm all about hobbies and crafts, so I thought we could do kind of a little get to know me whilst I do this craft I've never tried before. It's a wooden bloom craft. I'll show you. You can see that. But it's basically like you can make these flowers out of like, well, it says wooden, it looks like cardboard, but I guess it's kind of like a wooden thing. So you can make all different flowers. I picked this up ages ago from the garden centre and I was like, oh, I can try this for a video, but I haven't got around to it yet. So I thought today was a perfect time to try it, although when I looked online, a lot of people said the instructions weren't very good and it's quite difficult. So, I mean, we'll see how we get on with this. This is kind of just something to do along while I answer some questions. I've also got a caramel latte here with me, and I've also lit a pumpkin candle over there because it is the last day of October when I'm filming this. So, you know, I'm soaking in the last of like the autumn season. Although I think November is an autumn season, but I feel like as soon as it turns November, everyone's thinking about Christmas. So, you know, I'm soaking in the last of the autumn vibes. On YouTube and Instagram, I asked if you had any questions, so I've got some written down on my notes app. I've also gone through and looked at questions people ask regularly as well, so we can go through them. And I'm excited just to have a kind of like, just sit here, cozy up, have a nice chat, and you can get to know more about me, because obviously I've been posting videos for like several months now. When I like started my channel properly, I started with gaming. If you didn't know, I did a few gaming videos. I did like Life is Strange. Those videos have now been like privated because they were not very good, but I started off as a gaming channel and then I was like, I really want to do like cozy vlogs. I did like my cozy hobby cart video and I just really enjoyed making it. I was like, I need to do more cozy vlogs. So yeah, now I do predominantly vlogs. I do really want to do gaming in the future, like maybe streaming or something, but like that's very time consuming. I don't want to like commit to that if I can't properly like stream, but I really did enjoy making gaming content as well. I also just ran into loads of technical difficulties, so yeah, I feel like streaming can be kind of difficult. I mean, I really enjoy making cozy vlogs and I hope if you're subscribed it means you enjoy them too. The only thing with this video as a warning, I will go off on tangents regularly and probably forget what I'm talking about, so do bear with me. As I said, I've been doing this for several months now and I thought it was time that you get to know more about me, which is kind of a weird concept. I started off as a gaming channel, now I do mostly cozy vlogs. If you're new to my channel, I'm sure everyone can guess I'm a lover of all things cozy, gaming, hobbies. But the first thing I wanted to address is not really like a question. It's not people have been asking, but something I wanted to address, because obviously my name on here is cosyorenda, same on Instagram and TikTok, but I just wanted to clarify that my name isn't Orenda. My name is actually Zara, if you didn't know. I have like mentioned it a couple times in these vlogs, but just wanted to clarify because I feel like some people have called me Orenda, so that is not my name. It sounds like a very cool name, but it was just like from my old gamer tag. It was Ghostly Orenda. To be honest with you, I can't really remember what it means. I think I just wanted to create some cool sounding like gamer tag name, so that is where that comes from. I have had a few people ask me why I chose Cozy Orenda because it's not my name, but it's literally just from my gamer tag, so that is what that means and that's just what it will stay. I thought Cozy Zara just sounded too basic, so Zara is my actual name. Now let me get up my questions, and I think first I'll open up this wooden craft thing. We'll have a look. Still got the price on this. Was $6.99, so I mean we'll see if it's worth it. Okay, I've got my trusty cutter because this is like plastic sealed, I can't get in. If I was able to make that as an outcome, that would be great. That would look great on my shelves. I was gonna guess it's like a 3D puzzle or something. So as you can see, there's all little bits. I mean, we'll see how this goes. Yeah, so we have the green, the pink, and then there's just like the wooden, oh, that's so cute. There's little bees and butterflies. Is that just me? Why is there so many instructions? So let's just, before I start answering any questions, let's get the initial bit down. So I need B12, B8, and B24. These bits are so small. Like, I mean, it's not gonna pick up on the camera. So we popped out some little bits and I just gotta like slot them into each other. Like, I can do that. Okay, I am happy to say that I made one. one little thing. I just wanted to test it out that I could do it first, but it is actually, it seems kind of easy. I'm gonna start answering some questions now. Hopefully I can try multitask, we'll see how that goes. First question I wanted to answer, I'm gonna start with some like easy questions, is like where you're from. If you don't know, I'm from the UK, I'm from England. If you can't tell by my voice, I'm from like the east of England region, so I'm not gonna say where I live. Yeah, that is where I'm from. I have a lot of people ask that, but like, I don't know, I thought it's like obvious by my voice. It's so satisfying doing this, actually, like just popping them out of here and then like slotting things together. This is actually very relaxing. Hopefully this will grow into a beautiful flower. Another question I get a lot as well is what I do for a living. I feel like you might be surprised. A lot of people say like, wow, your room's so nice, you have all this nice stuff, what do you do for a living? Like, I don't know if people think that because I have my own cozy room, I have a lot of money, which is definitely not true. I actually just work in retail at the moment. I graduated university in July, so I'm still working at my part-time job in retail, although like I'm doing a lot of hours there now. This is just my hobby. I do make money from YouTube. I do some brand deals and UGC content, but like I don't make loads of money for that. That's just like a hobby that well, I guess a monetized hobby. Like it's really cool because I can make money from it, but like I don't make much money. My retail job is what, you know, pays my bills and everything. I did a degree in events management, so that is what I do want to go into. I would love to have like my own events company in the future. Obviously that's something like I want to work towards, but at the moment I'm actually just working in retail, and maybe it will be events in the future, but I'll definitely be continuing to do like my YouTube and my TikTok. It's like my hobby and I love doing it so much, and I am grateful that I also am able to get given stuff, and I also am able to make money from it. It's a nice feeling being able to like make money from like doing the things you love. But I mean, if you work in retail, you'll know that Christmas is one of like the busiest periods. I'm working a lot of hours there, so that's why like my YouTube schedule is a bit all over the place. I kind of just post when I can. I post as consistently as I can, but it's very hard when I'm kind of working full-time hours and everything. I'm trying to find this one on here, but I cannot find it anywhere. Oh, I'm looking on the wrong one. Of course I am. B27. Like, let's do... Oh, can I push it out? Oh! There we go. So this is another base. I'm on part 2, so I made some progress. And then, yeah, I've got to go into the pink one. A7. Here. Ooh. Oh, so this is gonna, I guess this is like the base of the flower, and then these are like the petals. Oh, it has little arrows, which one I'm putting on, that's helpful. Yeah, I'm just worried that I'm gonna break something because I can be quite heavy-handed sometimes. Oh, no, there we go. Like, look, you just slot everything together, it's quite easy. They look like little forks. Is that just me? Wow, look at that! The flower is kind of starting to form. Cute. This would make such a nice gift. I suppose, like, well, you could give it to someone for them to make, or you could like make it yourself so you get the experience and gift it to someone else. Like, I think that's really cute. I love that it just looks like loads of little forks together at the moment. I also get like questions of like how tall I am. I don't know. I feel like it's always hard to guess someone's height from a video, but I'm actually 5'3", so I'm on the shorter side. I've always been like very short compared to everyone else. Okay, this thing is starting to get fiddly. It keeps moving around when I'm trying to sort things in. I don't know if it's meant... I know that these things, like, you can like move them around, but I don't know to what extent. Do all the petals move individually, or is it just like the flower? No, please slot in. Just gotta keep it very still so it doesn't slip and slide around. On one of the questions, I also got asked what music I listen to. This is gonna be a bit surprising because my whole, I guess, aesthetic is like cozy everything. Like cozy clothes, cozy room, cozy hobbies, all this, but I actually really enjoy rock music and heavy metal and stuff like that. Maybe I don't look like it. Oh, I always get comments on like, oh, you don't look like you listen to that sort of music. So let me let me get up my Spotify and I'll just tell you what music I've been enjoying recently. I normally just listen to like the same music. Like I have a playlist just with like all the songs I like basically. So I'm gonna read out some of the bands that I like to listen to. So I've got System of a Down, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana, Muse, Metallica. I love Metallica. I love Radiohead, Foo Fighters. I've got like a real mix of everything in here, to be honest. Arctic Monkeys. I've also got one Taylor Swift song as well, just to, you know, mix it up a little bit. I also really been loving Ghost at the moment, and I know that they've got a concert coming out soon, so I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for that. I also like Bring Me the Horizon. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna go through every, but that's just some examples of like the music that I like to listen to. Let me know if you like the same music. Again, it's definitely not very cozy, but that's the music I listen to every day. If I've got headphones on, that's probably what I'm listening to if I'm not listening to a podcast. But yeah, let me know what music you like in the comments, because I'm intrigued. I love hearing what music everyone likes listening to. This one's so strange because I have to slot it in and then it like curves. So I think I just slot it in here and then it curves. Oh. This feels like I'm just gonna break it. I mean, it's not really curving. I'm just gonna do it and hope for the best. That's the main thing. When I do crafts, I just, you know, I get on with it and I just kind of hope for the best. You always see people doing these crafts and they're like super talented, but like realistically when you do crafts, that's not gonna happen each time. Like, I'm a very creative person and I love doing crafts and trying out new hobbies, but realistically, like, I'm not gonna be good at all these hobbies, especially because it's gonna be the first time me doing it. But I just love trying out new things, and if I can create something new out of it, I think it makes it so fun. I think I need to push these down further. I'm just so scared of breaking it. Oh no, bits are falling out. It's all going wrong. I mean, the cardboard has been pretty strong. Oh yeah, like look, these are like moving around. Oh my god, I thought I snapped it then. I was about to cry. It is coming together. I mean, I'll be happy even if I can just create the flower bit. There is a lot to it, so we'll see. So the next part, we've got to put bits in the side, A3. Okay. So as I said, I listen to a lot of music, but I also listen to a lot of podcasts. I did get asked what my favorite podcasts are, and I do have a lot, because I walk a lot. I spend a lot of time walking to work, so I'm always like listening to something, either music or podcasts, or even audiobooks if there's a specific audiobook I want to listen to. I feel like I listen to quite like a range of different podcasts. Like, I do love my wellness podcast. I love listening to true crime, and then if there's something specific I want to listen to about like something educational, I will as well. That's why I love podcasts, because you can literally listen to like pretty much anything you want. So let's have a look at the ones recently. Recently, I also got my boyfriend to listen to this, and this is the Sweet Bobby podcast. I heard Zoe Sugg talking about it and it sounded like my type of thing, because I like true crime and stuff like that. I mean, I'll have to insert pictures because obviously you can't really see from there. But this is called Sweet Bobby and it's about an insane catfish story. So if you like that sort of thing, you'll like this. But yeah. The story is crazy, and like the way that they read it out, and you know, you've got all the sound effects, it's very like immersive, so it's great to listen to. Like, it's a really good podcast to listen to. And they also have other ones. I'm currently, because I enjoyed that one so much, I'm currently listening to Hoaxed as well, which is also insane true crime. But yeah, I'm only on the second episode of that, so I love that. And then also going on the theme of true crime, I love Danielle Kirsty. I watch her YouTube videos, but she also has the Criminal Makeup podcast as well, which I listen to that, because I normally listen to like the same episodes over again, to be honest with you. Oh, my Spotify just crashed. I think I just listened to so much stuff, it's just given up. But there's a specific podcast I want to talk about, but I can't remember what it's called. I think I've talked about it on here before. Oh, okay, I found the podcast I was trying to talk about. This is a good time for me to talk about this, to be honest. I think I've talked about it in a previous video. I can't really remember. But the podcast is called Gilmore to Say, a Gilmore Girls podcast. So it's basically that they go over the Gilmore Girls episodes and like go over specific topics. And if you're a Gilmore Girls lover and you want to hear the discussions about like the hatred towards Dean, or like why Jess and Rory weren't good for each other, like stuff like that. It's just really interesting if you're a Gilmore Girls fan. And yeah, it just goes at all different topics, and it's nice to, if you've already watched the show, it's nice to listen to if you want more Gilmore Girls content. And it's like, it's fun to listen to the discussions, and they have like different point of views, so it's definitely very interesting. So I would recommend that one as well. I haven't listened to that in a while actually. I think I might, because I'm getting close to finishing Gilmore Girls rewatch. I feel like I need, like, I don't wear glasses, but I feel like I need glasses to see. Please don't break, please don't break, please don't break. Okay. So I'm just slotting these bits in the side, I think. I hate when it makes like a crunching sound. It feels like I should not be, it should not be making that sound. Or should it be? I don't know. It's going well so far. I don't want to jinx myself, but it's easier than I thought. I think like seeing the stuff online kind of scared me that it was going to be really difficult and I wasn't going to be able to do it. But we're making progress. Okay, not to panic, but there was a little bit of the card loose. I don't know what that came off of, but hopefully it's fine. Let's not panic. Let's not panic. The raised edge is easy to break down. Please assemble carefully. Well, I'll do the best I can. I've talked about my favorite podcasts. I'm also going to talk about my favorite YouTubers as well, because I got asked this question, and I love hearing about what YouTubers people watch, because I feel like it's kind of like good recommendations, because normally like the people you watch are similar content to you. So hopefully maybe some of you also watch these people, or if not, you can go check them out as well. Someone who I've been enjoying recently, I'll get up the YouTube. I found her on TikTok initially. You might know her on TikTok. Her name is Molly Scott, but she does loads of like cozy vlogs. She's just done Vlogtober, which I really enjoyed watching. Like, it's that content where it's literally just like her filming her life and all her like cozy things that she gets up to. So it's just like nice, relatable content. It feels like you're on FaceTime to your best friend, that kind of vibe, which I really like. I'll make sure to leave her link in the description as well. But if you want to watch, obviously I know October's over now, but if you want to make the most out of the rest of autumn and have an account to watch, I would go over and watch like all of her Vlogtober. And she does some like really fun things like carving pumpkins. She does like TK Maxx trips, if you're into that kind of thing. She also does some baking as well. So it's kind of like similar to some of the stuff I do as well. In terms of like gaming channels, I watch a lot of Gab Smolders. I love Gab Smolders. I also watch Jacksepticeye as well, but Gab Smolders, she covers a lot of cozy games now, but she also covers a lot of horror games, which I'm also a big horror game lover, so I really enjoy watching her playthroughs. So yeah, if you're just looking for someone, like, she's really like chill vibes, you can just put it on in the background, and she plays like so many different games, so there'll be something on there for everyone. But yeah, it's a mix of horror games and also cozy games. So if you're not into horror games, she also plays like cozy games if you're more into that. Like, you probably know who she is, she has a very big platform, but if you don't, I recommend you to check her out if you're into gaming. And then of course I'm going to talk about the queen of cozy content, and that is Cozy K. I feel like she's the one that inspired me to do cozy vlogs in the first place, because I was really into gaming and hobbies, but like you didn't really see many people do like hobby videos really. And I started watching her vlogs and I was like, oh, this is something I want to do. Like, I love doing all my crafts and everything, but like I don't want to do predominantly like just like me. Like, I didn't want to stick to one niche. I love like the whole thing about cozy hobbies. I feel like she like genuinely is like the queen of like cozy content, and I feel like she's a big inspiration for everyone who's in like the cozy gaming scene. So yeah, she's definitely inspired me to literally make this channel and do cozy vlogs. If you don't know who she is, you definitely need to check her out. She does a lot of cozy hobby vlogs, which obviously I do on here. I just really love her vibe, and I really like, because I feel like cozy hobbies and everything are so important for your own self-care. So if you're into like cozy hobbies and also like productivity and stuff like that, also like the rest side of things, I think you'll like really enjoy watching Cozy K if you haven't already. If you also watch any of these YouTubers, please let me know in the comment, because I'm curious what everyone watches. If you have any like recommendations as well, like similar to that, I would love to hear, because I love discovering new like cozy vloggers and then people who are like into the same stuff as me. Like, it's nice having like this whole little cozy community, and I feel like everyone is just so nice. So please leave me your recommendations, I would love to hear them. I just took all the wrong ones out. That's not even the one that I needed. Okay, that's great. Well, I'll just leave that in a pile. I needed A11. Okay, time time to pop these out. Pop out these bad boys. Another question I wanted to go over is like how I got into cozy gaming. I feel like it's not as bad these days, but I feel like a lot of people are intimidated about like gaming, especially if you're a woman. Like, as I said, nowadays it's not weird at all, like especially with like the rise of cozy gaming. But when I was younger, I never really talked about it with my friends because I loved gaming. Obviously my obsession started with YouTube. I would watch so many gaming videos, but none of my friends would. No one talked about gaming, and like I always thought I was like so weird that I liked gaming. And yeah, I would love watching like all the OG games, and I feel like my first game as many was The Sims, but it was The Sims 3, and to that day that is now one of my favorite games ever. So I can't remember how old I was. I was like, maybe I was like 13 or 12. I don't know, it could have been younger than that. I can't really like remember how young I was, but maybe I was like, yeah, like maybe like 12 or 13, and I bought The Sims 3 and I absolutely loved that game. But I have so many hours in that game, and it's still one of my favorite games to this day. I love the Sims franchise, but I also love the Sims 4, but I love the Sims 3 more. I think it's because it has like that nostalgic feeling. So that's how I kind of first got into gaming, was, well, mainly through YouTube, and then Sims 3. I used my home computer at first, and then I eventually bought my own laptop, and it could hardly run anything, but it could run The Sims a little bit, and that was good enough for me. And then I just started buying all like the different packs. If you know The Sims, they have about 1,000 different packs for each game. It's ridiculously expensive, so that's what I spent my money on when I was that age. Then I discovered Steam, and I would just play all these like indie games, like free games or games that were really cheap, and I would look up like recommendations for like Jacksepticeye, like what they were playing. So I absolutely love like Undertale is a game that I absolutely love. Like I said, like Frambo, and that's kind of how I got into it, especially when I discovered Steam. That's when I really got into gaming, and I just loved indie games. Like I felt like they were always like less intimidating than all these big games. And obviously now that is predominantly what I play, is like cozy games, casual games, indie games. I've got to make 5 of these. I've got to be careful because it can easily break. So talking about the subject of like how I got into gaming, I'm also going to talk about what my favorite games are. I've been asked that a lot. People ask for like game recommendations, but they ask specifically like what my favorite games are, and I do have a lot. My favorite games are predominantly like ones that kind of, I guess, spark some sort of like emotional feeling from them. Like I feel like they are the ones that I remember. Like I don't really know how to explain it. Like The Sims 3 I love because it's so nostalgic, and like I just remember all the days that I would sit there after school and play that game for hours and hours. On my days off school, I would just sit and play Sims, and it's like very nostalgic for me. And then another game that I absolutely love is Life is Strange, because that has such an emotional story, and I feel like that I remember it so much, and it's like one of my favorite games to this day. Still haven't played the new one yet. I really, really want to play it because obviously now Max Caulfield is back, so definitely need to play that game. Yeah, Life is Strange is one that I really, really love. Like the storyline, I felt so emotionally invested in the game, and I love games that just have like that are really like story rich. Obviously, if the game has like other good factors, like if it's fun to play, if it has good mechanics, stuff like that, but mainly like if it has a good story, that's what I really love. It's hard to think of the games from the top of my head. That's why like my favorite games are normally the ones that I remember. I also love Little Misfortune. I love that game so much, and obviously Night in the Woods. I've discussed these in my game recommendation videos, but I just love those games so much. Highly recommend you to play any of these games, really. And also a bit of a random game. Like I said, I love horror, and this is not a cozy game by any means. I always go on and off playing this game, but it's Dead by Daylight. This is like a game that I like to play like with other people. I'd never really play it on my own because I feel like it's scary fun when you play it with other people, but it's just like terrifying when you play it by yourself, and it's just not as fun. But if you like horror games and like multiplayer games that you can just like play with your friends, you definitely like Dead by Daylight. Gotta try slot these things in somewhere on this. Okay, I missed one bit, so I've got to like bend this backwards and put it in this hole. Ah, I can hear it crunching. It doesn't want to go in. Yeah, these are like the petals. Oh! Okay, I think I've broken it. Oh. Okay, I did one. Again, you can't really see. Yeah, it's just so hard. Like, it is quite fiddly to get it into like this tiny little hole. Another game I really loved, and this was a game more for fun, but it also did have like a rich story, was Bug Snacks. I heard that game from Cozy K. She would talk about it all the time, and I was like, I need to play this game because, oh no, it's actually fully come off. Maybe I have a hot glue gun. I feel like I'm just not going to pull the other ones backwards because I don't want it all to fall off. I'm sure it still look good. But yeah, I saw it off Cozy K. She recommended it a lot, and I was like, if she's recommending it a lot, it must be good. I did look at the game. I was like, this looks like it's not going to be that great, but this game, Bug Snacks, is like generally so fun. It was such like, it's definitely a very unique game. Like you have to like, it's so random. You have to catch these little bugs that are like different snacks, like strawberries, fries, like, well, you can think of anything, and yeah, you have to collect them, and there's all different ways that you need to collect these little bug snacks. And yeah, there's an ongoing like mystery storyline as well, and it's just super fun and wholesome, and I really enjoyed it, and I definitely recommend you to play it. I actually played it with my boyfriend. Obviously it's not a multiplayer game or anything, but we had so much fun like taking turns and playing it together. So I definitely highly recommend you to play that if you just want something like fun and wholesome. But yeah, obviously I have so many games that I like. I could probably make a whole list if I wanted to. And I'm probably missing out like some games that I really love. I feel like I should do like a gaming video recommendation of all like my favorite games. I feel that maybe that would be nice, and then I can go into more detail and speak about like the games I love and why I actually love them, because obviously this video is only a Q&A. I can't go into too much detail or we will be here forever. Although I feel like I've been recording for literally like 40 minutes already. So I feel like this video is going to be kind of long. Oh wow! I'm so annoyed I ruined it with one of them, but look, you can see the row. You can see it, but yeah, one is ruined. But I think maybe if I put it on the hot glue gun, it will be fine. So I'm just gonna leave that bit to the side for now. But we got the rose. I'm happy with that. Is there more to it? I think there's gonna be even more layers, isn't there? Oh, a bit just fell off. At least this is like, I feel, oh, another bit fell off. See, this is the realistic side of doing these kind of crafts. It's not all just you, it's beautifully slotted in there. It takes quite a lot of work to do something like this, you know. You've got to be very gentle. I'm not very gentle with handling things, so I need to be careful. I do get why people say these instructions are confusing. Doing the final petals now, so maybe at least we can finish the picture. I need to look at what questions I've answered. Okay, I need to somehow, this is another one of these little bendy leaves. This one feels a bit more secure than that other one. So I've got to hear my instructions. So I need to somehow bend these together, and then that should be the flower done. Success. Now I just need to do that how many times? 5 times. It's fine, we've got this. I actually have been loving filming content in this corner. Like, it's such a cozy corner. I love filming content in this chair because I can just like cozy up, and I don't know. If you are ever wondering where I get anything from, I have an Amazon storefront always like linked in the description of the video, and if it's not something on there, you can always just ask me, and normally I'll just let you know where it's from. Okay, hopefully this one will go as good. I think my problem is I'm not slotting things in all the way, and I think it's making it more difficult. There we go, look. This one is a lot easier, to be honest with you. Yeah, this is actually, I actually am really enjoying doing this craft, to be honest with you. And for $6.99, I feel that's quite good because you get the experience of making the craft, but then you also get like this cute decoration out of it. And I feel like $6.99 is not even that bad. And they did other ones. I think they had sunflowers, maybe it was like lavender or something. And I saw that you can put them all together in a bunch and create this like really nice, yeah, bunch of like wooden flowers. And I thought that was really cute. And obviously they won't die on you. I talk a lot about hobbies on this channel, as you know. That's like one of my big like video topics, I guess you could say. So I got asked like what are my favorite hobbies aside from gaming, because obviously that's a big known hobby. Like, and yeah, gaming is definitely like my top hobby. But my other hobbies that I really love is, one of my favorites is actually scrapbooking. I think it's because it reminds me so much of like being a child. Like when I was younger, I always loved like cutting out magazines and making like collages and stuff like that. And yeah, I feel like doing that now, like with all like stuff like memories, and like I just broke one. This is why I shouldn't do it whilst I'm talking. I swear every time I'm talking and do it at the same time, it snapped. It's okay, it's fine. But yeah, I absolutely love scrapbooking, junk journaling, whatever you want to call it. You don't have to be super strict with it. You can kind of create whatever you want. And it's so nice to have something to look back on. So that is definitely one of my favorite hobbies. And I also definitely don't do it enough as I want to. But I feel like you can do it all year round. Obviously, like summer is a really nice time to do it because it's when you do more stuff outside. But I think all year round it's nice to do. And obviously it's nice like keepsake. But in general, I do just like trying out new crafts. I think it's fun to like, it's like a challenge for your brain, but it's also not like too stressful, because I know some things, like when you try out a new hobby, it can just be so overwhelming. You don't always want that, which is why I love cozy hobbies. Like I feel like cozy hobbies are more like mindless hobbies. Again, like colouring books. I do really love colouring books. It's definitely a cozy hobby because you can just sit there, you can put like your favourite TV show on the background, a movie, or just music, or you can just sit there in silence and you can just colour however you want. I know a lot of people do, especially I keep seeing like people getting really creative with it, which is so cool, but I prefer just like actually colouring it in and not making it like too stressful. But I do love the designs people do. Like they are so talented. Like it's just a colouring book, but they transform it into something like all unique, which is really cool. But I just prefer like just to colour it in, to be honest with you, because I like how mindless it is. I feel like it's quite an inexpensive hobby. You can pick up colouring books at like charity shops. I got one of mine from TK Maxx for, it was like $2.99, and as long as you have pencils or pens. I feel like pencils are good if you want it to be cheaper, because you can buy up like colouring pencils for quite cheap. If you have a printer, you can also print off your own colouring pages. That is one of my favourites for when I want to do something just like mindless. I need to attach these petals now, which is kind of scary. As you can see, it's like curved. I think the bottom's going to be curved as well. Oh, okay, wow. It's got real curvy. I'm gonna have to be silent whilst I do this, otherwise I feel like I'm just gonna end up ripping it off as I keep doing. Cute. Yeah, as you can see, I've got all the petals on. It's just, yeah, they don't want to really stay. Oh, you see what I mean? You touch one thing and like the other things come off. Anyway, I'm gonna answer another question whilst I try to figure this out, if it doesn't all come apart. So someone asked what my favourite season is, apart from obviously, you know, cozy season, because that is my favourite. So I actually really love spring. I think spring is such a fun time because like winter can go on for such a long time, and the months can be quite like long and depressing when it just goes on forever. And I think especially like the start of spring, you just notice like it's getting brighter and the trees are starting to grow and you see all the cherry blossom come through. I think that's such like a nice moment. I feel like it's almost kind of similar time to autumn, where apart from everything's dying, in this time like everything is growing, so it's like seeing like the change in the season but like in a different way. And I think it's nice because again it's like that weather where it's not too hot or not too cold, and it's like a nice in between, which I like. And you wear less like coats and you get to wear like nicer outfits, and I just like that kind of time. And someone asked also like what I like to do to celebrate that kind of time, and definitely be doing spring diaries when that time comes. Obviously I'm holding this and it's like falling apart as I speak, so I need to like place it down, otherwise it's gonna go everywhere. But like during spring I really love to like start gardening, like small things. You can get like pots and start to like grow herbs, or like think about, if you have a garden, think about what you're gonna grow that year. And I love like collecting different gardening books, and even though I don't do loads of my garden, I think it's fun to look at and like go to the garden centre and see like all like the different plants. And I feel like going to the garden centre is a fun trip all year round in itself, but especially at spring, because obviously spring is all about like plants and like growth and like everything coming back to life. So I really love it in that aspect, and I think gardening is really fun to do during that time, and like going on spring walks and like just seeing everything grow around you, because obviously everything just starts coming back to life, and I feel like that's just a nice way to celebrate it. So I love going on walks as well. I do apologize if the camera has just changed. My battery actually just died, which I think is a sign that I should probably wrap this video up, because I think I've been talking for a long time. But I'm glad I answered a few of the questions that you had. Obviously, if you still have any more, please leave them in the comments. I would love to do another like kind of cozy chats craft video another time as well, because I don't know, I really enjoy just sitting here talking and also getting to do like a little craft. This is how far I got. Obviously, like the outer petals don't seem to stay up. I mean, I think it looks cute how it is already, but obviously I still have to do like the stem and everything, but I will definitely be continuing that because I would love to finish it. This is how far I got in like an hour. Obviously I'll be editing down this video, but it's been like an hour and this is how far I got. Oh, see, look, if I move, bits fall off. It's so annoying. I might have to glue it down, but then it won't move, which will be annoying, but I'll see how I get on with it. But yeah, I'm proud of what I did do. I think I'm gonna like leave it to the side for now and not touch it, and then when I come back to it, hopefully we can figure out the rest. But I'm happy with how that went. And yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video. I have lots of other cozy videos on here, like game recommendations, also hobby vlogs if you're into that. And please give the video a like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next week for another cozy video. Bye.